Hi everyone, I want to show this video to you because there's something very interesting in it and I want to share it with you so it helps you. And I will explain you while we do the inventory circle that sometimes I don't put it on the videos, I don't include it, but this way I can talk and you can see that yes, we do always do the inventory circle. So this trail has a couple of interesting things. One is unexpected, and the other one is I organized it. So one part of the trail I know because we are doing the same trail as Ernest did with his dog Taxi. But from that point where I was hiding for a taxi, then on that point Ernest will continue one way or another, and this will be blind for me. Blind for me in this case means double blind because I don't have anybody, okay? But there is like an intersection with 3 decisions, and I will not know which decision Ernest, which way Ernest went, so I will have to do it blind, which is always nice. Now I have a webinar coming, and it will be in the DREAMCAN Academy about when and how to do known trails, blind trails, double blind. So you may go there and have a look at it because I think it's going to be interesting. So this trail is part known, part double blind. It's a 10th article start, but he's so motivated, Benito, that he's really puts himself in the position in the way of the trail and starts like fire, you see. We don't trail much now because it's really hot. Now, at the moment of this trail, it was like 35 degrees Celsius, and it was late in the evening, almost 9 o'clock. So yeah, short trails, mostly in rural, and we ended the training day in the water, so it was great. You saw a negative here on the left, that's good, he's very motivated, he's very clear with the negatives. And now comes the interesting part. The trail goes to the left, but you will see that there is a moment when he will stop on the trail to sniff something, and I can see it's a rabbit because we went through this path, so I know it's a rabbit, and I make him a verbal correction. What happens with this correction? The dog immediately changes. Okay, it goes in the opposite direction, like you see now. And luckily, Benito's a great dog. He makes a beautiful negative and says, no, it's that way. And he goes back. This time he passes by the rabbit, ignoring the rabbit, and I reward him. I praise him. Sorry, not reward, but praise him. Here's the rabbit. He hunts for rabbits. He eats rabbits. This is why I really, in that case, I need a correction, a verbal correction, because I don't want him to eat something that I don't know. Maybe it's rotten. Okay. But that was a very, very good example of be careful when you correct, because you may be taking your dog out of the trail without knowing it, okay? Here's the intersection. You see there are 3 possibilities. This one is the way they went with Taxi. And there is scent from Ernest. And now Benito will tell me if that scent is old. Yeah, doesn't belong to the trail. Our trail is fresher. So he says, no, that's not our scent. It's not, there's not a big difference because we were trailing one after the other, but enough so he can discriminate. And here he changes the barking and thus tells me that he has found the freshest trail, which is the one that will bring him the reward, of course. He knows that. This part I don't know. It's a short part, of course, because I don't want the dog to get too tired, but I wanted the trail, this part to be long enough so the dog could not sniff the runner without following trail, right? You have to take this into account, okay? Make always the trail so that your dog doesn't air scent or sniff without following the trail, okay? And here is Ernest. As you can see, I'm really happy to have found him. He was almost falling down. But it was a really good little exercise. And here in this case you will see that I don't expect the dog to sit because he's 10 years old, it's hot, and he has some health issues, so I don't want to force him to sit. I don't need the ID for anything, so we just reward as soon as he arrives to the runner, and that's it, okay? And this is something you should also take into consideration. If you think the trail was good, don't wait for the dog to sit or to ID, because we want the dog to be rewarded by because of following the trail, not for sitting. Okay, we can train the sitting. We can train the ID in other moments. Okay, take these little things into account. And now, of course, because we want the dog to have a good emotion and have fun, we run a short intensity, always with an angle. Try to make an angle always in the intensities. Intensities are not for canicrossing. Intensities are for emotion, but the dog needs to use the nose. And you see here the angle. There's a clear path, but the trail goes to the right. And sure enough, he did a wonderful, wonderful angle here, very clean, very clear. And then Ernest is right here. The dog doesn't really see him, but I don't care because the important thing was the decision. Okay, and that's it. And now here again, I don't ask for the ID, but he will offer it. Yeah, he normally sits, and sometimes he sits and barks. So then that's him going back to the car with his reward. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned a little bit from it. Okay, bye bye.